All right, Nicholas, here's a look at run 2. All right. Some good turns in there for sure. One thing I'd mentioned in the slalom video from a few weeks ago was we need to make sure we are clearing the gate with our ski pole parallel to the snow. So horizontal helps us have a better pole plan. And you did it. You're going to see in the bottom half of the course, you got it more horizontal, but it's not consistent. So let's continue to think about that's a little better there. That kind of a pole plan. Not so much there. Better there. All right. Good news on this hairpin was you did alternate hands on run 2. Bad news was no direction coming out. Just trying to run this thing straight. You had to give your feet a little bit room, space at the gate to allow for some rolling up the ankles and knees to come out with turn shape. Right, and good strong direction coming out above this next gate, because although it's slightly better, our skis are still pointing down the hill. So we know we got, half our turn above, half our turn below. And I think you realized all of a sudden this next gate's pretty far over, so you kind of chucked them a little sideways. And that skidded out. So you can see, run a low line. You can see right now, how could you possibly get around that gate, without chucking them? It's just, it wasn't a big turn, but you can see now you're skidding way down there. So the other point was, I made in another video, was we've got to bring the line up the hill. We have to give ourselves more room when it's offset. Intersect rise line higher up. Give yourself what we call more elevation, more space above, because you're just running this low bad boy line, and it turned into bad because all your turn is below the gate. Chucking them sideways and just dumping speed all the way down. Right, so, again, to review, if that's the gate, the rise line is an imaginary line drawn up straight through on the hill. We have to give ourselves adequate space above intersect rise line with our skis still pointing out and away, so we can bring turn shape back. Right, and you're just running this low line down here, and of course it's going to be late and low the whole way down. All right, so give yourself more room above. Flush again, like run 1, alternating hands. Can't do that. This was a left hand clear throughout. And still running straight at them. Right, you would have thought coming out here, man, you get back in above the gates, but still, obviously you didn't have a good enough direction coming out, and just again, no space above the gate, dumping speed on the flat, which is not a good idea. Hairpin there, you did again, alternated, which was nice. So let's try to remember again the same things we talked about from a few weeks ago. Make sure we're clearing gates with our pole horizontal to the snow with a quick pole plan after that. Make sure we are giving ourselves our line up the hill, more space above the gate whenever it's certainly offset or steep. And as you saw in the other video, sometimes turning too early, we got to be patient, get out to rise line before turning. And let's make sure we clear the combinations correctly. One arm through the flush, alternate on the hairpins.